So you may have heard of this term called the rat race, but you've got a couple of questions. What even is the rat race? Am I in it? And if I am, how do I escape it? Well, you know Auntie V is always here to spill the tea. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what exactly do we mean by the rat race. Then I'm going to be walking through questions that you can ask yourself to really figure out if you're actually in the rat race, and if you do realize that you're stuck in the rat race, how you can actually get out of it. Now, most of you will know that Auntie V always likes to look at the definition online first before giving her own opinion. So I really wanted to look at exactly what do we mean by the rat race. And no, I'm not talking about the movie either. So Wikipedia says a rat race is an endless, self-defeating or pointless pursuit. The phrase equates humans to rats attempting to earn a reward such as cheese in vain. It may also refer to a competitive struggle to get ahead financially or routinely. The term is commonly associated with an exhausting, repetitive lifestyle that leaves no time for relaxation or enjoyment. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually felt that in my chest because they just weren't playing with that definition. So just looking at that definition, it definitely resonates with me, just mainly because when it just talks about the rat just really chasing cheese all the time, it kind of reminds me of how some of the people are living their lives today. And so rather than chasing cheese as a reward, we're actually chasing money instead. Now, before you clock off this channel, because I do talk a lot about personal finance, I am not saying that having money isn't good or bad. I'm not saying any of that. Really, in my personal view, I see money as a tool that will enable me to do certain things. But when I'm talking about the rat race, then I mean something a little bit different. So in my head, the rat race actually starts all the way from the beginning. So we are taught to go to school to be able to follow a system so that we can basically go to university and get a good job. And that's really how our mind kind of works, particularly in the Western world. Now, I'm definitely not saying there's anything wrong with this, but there can be potential problems. So for example, when you're going to school, rather than being a bit more creative and actually learning about other things in terms of life, so even just learning about money, we don't really get taught that in schools. All we're kind of taught to do is basically know that you're going to go to school so that you can get a good job, so that you can earn money. But for some reason, we're not actually taught how to manage that money. And then after that, you're told to go to university again so that you can get a good job, so that you can earn some money. But again, we're not taught to actually look after that money. And so once you get that job, let's say that you're working in corporate, for example, for a lot of people, they will be trying to work up the career ladder. Now, where the problem can lie is really when we actually start working in our jobs, we're able to then start earning a bit of money. And so what do you do when you start earning some money? Of course, most people want to spend it, especially if you've gone to university and you've been living the broke life of just having student loans and that's it. When you start earning your own paycheck, you are going to want to spend it. And that is what the majority of people will do. Again, because we're not actually taught how to manage our money. I mean, I've got this new job now. Of course, I can afford monthly payments of £500 for my car. And of course, I can afford that trip to Mauritius. Do you know where I'm working now? So using myself as an example, when I really first started my graduate job, I decided that I was going to get a car. Why? Because I was driving a banger to work and it just didn't really look like I should be driving that type of car. And I just thought, you know what? I just need to buy a car because number one, I can afford the payments since I am now working. And number two, I need to be able to keep up with this certain image because I am now working. And that's really where the rat race can start, because the first thing that you could potentially fall into is that element of lifestyle creep. Now, this is definitely something that I have mentioned before, but let's just remind ourselves and just get a quick Google definition to see what lifestyle creep actually means. So again, taking this from Wikipedia, lifestyle creep, also known as lifestyle inflation, is a phenomenon that occurs as more resources are spent towards standard of living. So former luxuries become perceived necessities. So in this case, for the majority of people, the more money they have, the more likely they're going to spend it on bigger things. So for example, you might get nicer clothes, you might get a nicer car, you might even get a bigger house and things like that. I mean, realistically, it would make sense to get the 3 bedrooms, but I'm liking the 6 bedrooms better. And so that's really where the danger comes in, particularly when I'm talking about the rat race, because what ends up happening is that because you're now having to buy all of these things and that you now have this lifestyle inflation, you then need the money to keep up with it. So for example, if you then go and buy a 6-bedroom house, you're going to need to pay that mortgage. And so essentially what that could mean is that you end up trying to go for as many promotions as work as possible because you know that you need to earn the money so that you can pay for your lifestyle. So inevitably, you're actually working harder as time goes. So what, are you telling me not to go for any promotions? Now, the key thing here is I'm not telling you not to go for any promotions, but what you'll find is that with a lot of people, the only reason why they're going for that promotion is because they need to keep up with their lifestyle expenses. Because again, they've got the better car, the bigger house, and also nice clothes, and they need the money to keep up with it. So that's really linked to the saying of keeping up with the Joneses, because inevitably you're trying to keep up with this image lifestyle that may not be sustainable if you ever lost your job. So that's basically how the rat race can come into effect, because you're essentially just trying to chase as much money as possible so that you can just keep up with your expenses. And so what happens with the majority of people is rather than actually just enjoying enjoying their work and feeling like they're fulfilled in their work and they have a sense of purpose. They're really just going to work just for that paycheck, just to pay for their lifestyle. And then what you actually find is that most people end up living paycheck to paycheck because, again, this is their income, but these are their expenses. Now, if you do want to know about lifestyle creep in a bit more detail, I do actually have a video talking through the reasons why you're still not saving money. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. I will of course link that up here for you and in the description below. And if you're liking this video so far, then feel free to give me a thumbs up, as it really does help to support the channel, plus it's free. So the reason why falling into the trap of being in the rat race can actually be a major problem is because for a lot of people, they actually just end up being miserable and they just really see no end in sight. And so all they're really doing is just working in a job that they absolutely hate just for the paycheck so that they can pay for their lifestyle and basically do that for the next 40 to 50 years. But what you might find is that all of that money that you're trying to earn to go and pay for that lifestyle, you can't necessarily enjoy because you're having to spend all of that time really working to earn that paycheck. And so what this might mean is that if you have a family, you might not be seeing them very often. So particularly if you have kids, you might not have time for them. I don't have time to talk. Okay, I need to get back to work. Whatever it is, just text me. You might not have time to do any fun. For example, if you have holidays, you might end up having to work throughout your holidays, and you might just find that you don't have time to do anything because you're working so hard every single day. Okay, so how do you even know if you're currently in the rat race? So for me, there are a few questions you could potentially ask yourself to figure out if you are in the rat race or if you're leading towards that. So the first question I might want to ask myself is, am I purely working in this job just for the money? Now, this is really important because I do actually think working is still important. So whether you have a business or whether you actually have a 9-to-5 job, but what I really stress is actually think about, is this something that you are fulfilling your purpose, and is this something that you want to do? Because if it's not, and you realize that actually you absolutely hate your job and all you're doing is just thinking about the paycheck at the end, then potentially you could find yourself in the rat race, or at least moving towards it. Now, I'm not saying that you have to absolutely love every single job that you have, because believe me, there are some jobs that I absolutely hated. What I'm really talking about is when you're thinking about your career for the next 40 to 50 years, in terms of where you see yourself or what you see yourself doing, is that something that you're really passionate about and you'd be happy to wake up in the morning and do the work? Or is it something where you know you're absolutely going to hate doing for the next 40 years, but you're just going to do it because it's a well-paid job and so that you can get that paycheck? The other question I might be asking is whether you actually see an end in sight in terms of what you want to do when it comes to your work and your career. So again, for a lot of people, they will end up doing very long hours in a job that they absolutely hate for the next 40 to 50 years. And then when it comes to retirement, they don't necessarily enjoy their retirement because all they've done is literally just worked in a job that they absolutely hate. And now they don't really know what to do with themselves. So they end up becoming just so bored. So I would really be questioning, if you're in a particular career that you absolutely won't enjoy and you're not actually able to enjoy your time now, would you really want to be in that same situation for the next 40 to 50 years? The other question I would really be asking myself is, do you kind of feel like you're just on a hamster wheel where every day is just basically the same and you just have no fulfillment? Because again, with that, you might actually be falling into the trap of the rat race. I feel like saying yes to all of those questions. So what can you do about it, and how can you actually escape the rat race? So the first thing I would do is identify where you're at and why you're actually there. So when I'm talking about this, I'm really thinking about, okay, so what are you currently doing as a career, and is that something that you enjoy? But also when it comes to your finances, what exactly is your net worth and what are your expenses saying? Now, if you have no idea what a net worth is, then don't worry, Auntie V has always got you. So I do have a video that really explains what a net worth is in a bit more detail, plus how you can actually increase it. So of course, I'll be sure to link that up here for you and in the description below. But ideally, you really want to understand where you're at, because that's going to help you to identify where you want to go. Now, the second thing that I would do is actually just do an internal audit to really figure out what your finances are saying. And the reason why I say this is because realistically, you might want to figure out what's the minimum amount of expenses you could potentially have, so that, for example, if you decided that you might want to go for another job that has lower pay, it might not impact your expenses so much. So as an example, let's say that you think your expenses are about £3,000 a month, and so that you need to be earning money that at least matches £3,000 a month. But what if you could maybe start doing a budget and you realize that actually you could potentially live on £2,500 a month, or maybe even £2,000 a month? And so what that essentially means is that potentially you could decide to maybe go for a less stressful job where you realize that you don't actually have to earn that much money, but you can still be able to live the lifestyle that you want. So really here, I'm thinking that you might actually want to humble yourself, and there are going to be certain things that maybe you decide not to do. So for example, you might decide that rather than going on 5 holidays, you might go on 2 or 3. So once you've reduced your expenses and you figure out what you want to do, then you can think about maybe what you're passionate about. And so this is really where you might decide you want to change careers, and you might want to work in a completely different industry, for example, or maybe you even want to start your own business. And the reason why you can do that is because you've been able to maybe minimize minimize some of your expenses so that you don't potentially have to earn as much as you thought you did. And then really the next thing I would consider is actually working towards financial independence. And the reason why I say that is because, guys, if you're financially independent, that means that your assets are basically paying for your lifestyle and paying for your expenses. So essentially you wouldn't have to work if you didn't want to, or essentially you could potentially work somewhere that maybe doesn't pay as much, but you know that you feel fulfilled, but your lifestyle is also being paid for at the same time as well. I do like the idea of financial independence, so definitely sign me up. So in this case, you're probably going to want to create a money plan to really think about how you can actually become financially independent and what you need to do to become financially independent as well. Now, if you've never heard of that term or you don't really know where to start, don't worry, I do have a couple of videos that really talk about saving for financial independence and why you might want to become financially independent as well. So I'll definitely make sure to leave those linked in the description below for you. But essentially, if you do want to escape the rat race, or you want to prevent the rat race from happening in the first place, what you ideally want to do is think about where you're currently at when it comes to your career and your finances, but also where you want to get to, and then create a plan to then get to that point. So hopefully by the end, none of us will be stuck in the rat race and we'll be actually doing things that we really want to do. So if you did like this video, then please do give me a thumbs up if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, do you currently know anyone that might be in the rat race? I do post every Tuesday and Friday, so if you would like to know more, then of course you can subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.